said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the LSU Tigers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's got it again. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. And the Sooners want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Looking left. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. Fights off a defender. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. And he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
4th down.
Trying to keep this drive alive. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but With the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Across the 35. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, then he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
And the Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They think there's room to run to the right here. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. That's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. It's complete on the right side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Sooners line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback may change this route. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll give it to the back. Finds a little space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
They want to run it left here.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Soto. With the catch, it's Morrison. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Tigers are on the move. Wants to throw on first down. On the run, fires downfield. Finds his man open. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here, and we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking for a crease to the left. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Flushed out of the pocket. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground. And that was pay dirt.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Clemson is ahead early in Death Valley, but that's not exactly Trevor Lawrence out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 4 over Cincinnati. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Sooner offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Got enough for the first. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up, and you watch the way they run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality in the ground game.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Soto. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Tigers looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. They'll leave it with him. He breaks a tackle. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Soto. Gonna take a shot. Grabs it inside the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Fired in from the red zone for the score. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Looking deep. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Red pass, it's complete. But just keeps moving. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, But, man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. He fires to the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. And the Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Quarterback keeps it. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the 1st half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the 1st half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the 2nd half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Wants to throw. It's Soto. Takes his shot. Found a seam. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. It'll just make it more satisfying if they can move the chains after starting 1st and 20. Finds a tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, LSU.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. They're going to ride this running back. There he goes. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go to the ground. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the carry on third down. Looking to throw at Soto. Pocket breaking down. Makes the grab. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a step.
The defense sort of hurts this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage for a loss.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires on the move. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Hit as he throws. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Clemson has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since they ran down the hill, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by just 1 over Cincinnati. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Wants to fire on second down. Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, QB had the look he wanted. You like throwing slants against man coverage. That time, though, got to be a little bit more accurate with the throw, and it falls incomplete.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Looking to pass, it's Soto. The short hands, it's Avant. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Makes a connection. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add that.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
Back to pass, it's Soto. This time it's complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Trying to keep the drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the ground with the back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Wide open downfield. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Sooners want to crank the tempo.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar.
Turning it on! And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And the Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Man, I think back in the day, this is a no-brainer. You're punting the football and believing your defense, but analytics all the time now telling you to be aggressive. I'm interested to watch this play. Obviously, if you're aggressive, you might could run this clock out and end the football game and not have to put your defense back on the field.
The Sooners pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work.
I just got to get to that first down marker. That's all I'm trying to accomplish. Nice job by the quarterback. Nice read. Nice job by the running back understanding the situation. Fresh set of downs for this offense now.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one.
Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception.
Oh, he's got some space. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
To the air, it's Soto. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving away from pressure. He's going to take off. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Really nice job by the defense that time. Third down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. It was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up fourth down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Touchdown, Sooners! We thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
Well, they needed a momentum-shifting play. Playing at home, they're able to get the punt return and take it the distance. Pollock, he made one guy miss, and it was off to the races.
Great job. Secure the catch, make the guy miss, get towards that sideline, and just use your speed and get to the end zone. What a great game-changing play, and this place is going bananas.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting. Breaks into the open. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They'll ride the hot hand. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Normally on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Looking to throw, it's Soto. He's going to fire deep. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
Great coverage, and it's so hard when the ball's thrown down the field to stay patient. Like, not to grab the guy, not to start to overreact to the football. Nice job staying a little bit patient when the ball got there, deflecting it, knocking it down.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete to the left. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that 1st down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these 3rd downs present themselves.
LSU trying to convert a 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Big tight end makes the grab, 1st down, still on his feet. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Man, there are a lot of players who I think might tense up in that kind of situation. You know you got the lead, it's 4th down, but they just go out and they're on the same page, and they convert, and they're able to keep this drive alive. They're going to bleed more clock.
Find some fresh air. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down.
There he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
LSU just trying to run out the final moments. The give to the tailback. Fighting off the defender. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Running to the left. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. Touchdown LSU! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Making side adjustments here. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Firing to the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Shoots it to the left. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes.
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. And he's going to go down as time has run out.